Okay guys, so thank you for tuning into this tutorial. We are going to do a kind of smoky winged eyeliner look on Julie using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. So as I always do, I'm just starting with a nice clean face and some moisturizing serum, and then on top of that I'm putting a little bit of the MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance Primer. Now here's the trick with this eye look that we're going to do. I take a little bit of Scotch tape and I put it right at an angle, basically from the outer corner to the edge of the brow. You want to make sure that both angles are the same, so sometimes you have to kind of step back and take a look. And you also want to make sure that if you are using tape, that you remove some of the adhesives just by pressing the tape on the back of your hand a couple of times, so that way when you put it down on the skin, it's not going to tug at the delicate eye skin. So fast forwarding, I've done a little bit of the Lorac eyeshadow primer, which is colorless, and I've smoothed that in. And now we're using a small domed brush just to buff a little bit of a warm brown color into the outer corner and into the crease or the socket. And Julie has very defined eyelids, so it's really fun to put eyeshadow on there because you can see exactly where you need to go. And I'm just kind of playing with the natural architecture of her eye, which is really easy to see. It's a nice almond shape, and I'm just kind of adding to that and just deepening it and just kind of buffing in circular motions and applying layer upon layer. So it doesn't really matter like what color you use, but I like to use warm browns in the crease, and I find that they blend out really nicely. So we've added a little bit of darker shades to the outer corner, and then I'm taking a black eyeshadow that's in the palette with a MAC 266 brush, which is just one of those like skinny kind of slanted brushes, and then I've started to create my shadowy wing. With eyeshadow, you're probably going to go over a couple of times, and the other thing that you can do is wet your brush once you've got a little bit of the black eyeshadow on it, and that'll just make the line a little more defined. So if you do find using like a gel liner or a liquid liner a little intimidating because it doesn't really leave much room for error, using an eyeshadow is a great way to start, and you can even do the eyeshadow first and then go over it with your gel or your liquid liner, sort of like tracing it. So we've done that with the black eyeshadow, and then we're just kind of like buffing out all the edges. And as you can see, I've mixed a little bit of a black eyeshadow in because we want it to be really dark at the outer corner and then kind of blend as we move in. So now as you can see, we've got both sides done, and it's time to take off the tape. So when you remove the tape, just be really careful because the eye area is very delicate, and you can see that it leaves us with a very sharp, defined line. So if you do want a really sharp line, this is a great way to get there really easily just with this tape. But if you want to soften it a little bit, you can just do that once you've done the foundation with a little bit of eyeshadow. So it's time for foundation, and when I first put this on, I didn't realize how much tan Julie actually had, so it's a little bit light to start. And then as you can see, I'm just kind of adding darker shades to my palette, and we're just kind of mixing it in as we proceed, so that once you get to all the foundation being buffed in, it should match your chest. And sometimes it's like a work in progress, like you might put a color on and be like, oh my gosh, that's too pink, or that's too light, or that's too dark. But you can mix foundations together and just kind of keep blending until your face matches your chest. Especially in the summer, our chest is usually a little bit darker than the face, so you might need to go a little darker for your foundation color. So fast forwarding, we've done a little bit of shadow under Julie's eyes, we've done mascara, no lashes today, and we've also filled in her brows just a little bit, just, you know, so that they don't kind of disappear with that dark eye makeup. We've added a coral lip, and here is the finished look. The blush that we used, I wanted it to kind of complement the lip, so it's kind of like a peachy pink, as is the lips, and I thought this was kind of like a really fun look for summer. I hope that you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments below.